Hey, how goes it, Ken? Woo, wrong pipe. Hey, how goes it? Ken Bosak from the BitcoinPodcast.com, here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. All right, so I'm at Royal Ink Tattoo, and I'm going to be getting a tattoo here live. So I'm here with Seth, right?
Sean.
Sorry, Sean. My bad. Whew. Jitters, nervous, tattoo, guys. Sean, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody, like, how did you get into cryptocurrencies and maybe a little bit of what you do now that you know about cryptocurrencies?
All right. Well, a couple months ago, my buddy Mike brought it up to my friend Chris, and they're kind of like, progressive style, realizing that the dollar and fiat currencies are being, artificially held up, and they were looking for an alternative. You know what I mean? And so they were talking about it, and eventually Mike convinced Chris to sign up for Coinbase, and then convinced me as well. And at first, I think the first thing I bought was 2 Ethereum.
Had a bad call?
No, it was down at like 140. Woo! No, man, it was lower than that even. It was at like $70 or something like that when I was first buying it. And then I was convinced to buy Litecoin back when it was like $17. And so I've had some Litecoin since then. And unfortunately, I sold my Ethereum when it went and bottomed out. But now it's back up to like almost its all-time high again. Yeah. So I'm, the whole thing is like hold on for dear life, hodl.
Yeah.
So
spend money that you can live without so you can hold as long as
exactly.
you can.
The idea was like the trash can, you throw it in there, in case, it doesn't go well. But it did, and it's going up. And even though it's had those dips down, it always goes back up. And that's where I'm with it now. So now I'm accepting Litecoin as a payment for a tattoo.
Yeah, man.
First time ever.
Yes, this is awesome. This is the first cryptocurrency tattoo that I'm going to be able to get and actually pay for in crypto with crypto. So this is, I don't know if this is the first. I hope that'd be cool. But this is the my first cryptocurrency tattoo that I'm going to pay for with cryptocurrencies. Let me see 1 sec. Whoop, so I can go and see what you guys are saying. There we go. What's going on, everybody? We got DJ Meat Popsicle, the 21 Million Club. We have Random Shits, Gamer Guy. What's going on, Thompson? Brent Simpson in the house.
What up, guys?
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in live. Please share this and smash that thumbs up button, please. Maybe we can get Satoshi Light in the chat. That'd be cool. Go tweet him the link.
Hell yeah.
So how long ago did you get into crypto again?
Maybe like 4 months ago.
4 fucking months ago, and you're already accepting Litecoin as payment for work.
mean, I've just been seeing it go up and up and up, and it's so easy to accept it. It's so easy.
So you're not worried about the money that you're, this is your job. This is money that you use to pay rent, eat food, pay your bills to live. This is your job, and you're not worried about storing that value in cryptocurrency.
No, not at all, because if I need it, it's real easy to take it out. I mean, I just kind of send it right back to my bank account, and it doesn't take too long to clear. And
sure as hell beats a savings account.
Yeah, it beats a savings account, because savings account isn't going to get any more, maybe like 1%. But
no, it's 0.01%.
0.01%. So it's worse than I even thought.
Yes, it usually is. People definitely go with 1% at first, and they don't realize actually how small the percentage it is.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's small, man. It doesn't make much sense to hold on to a $20 fiat bill when you could throw $20 into a cryptocurrency and it gains value over time.
Especially when there are fees to use, monthly fees like $30, $20, something like that, just to have a bank account.
Yeah, I hate bank accounts, man. I stopped using banks for the longest time, and I'll shout out my bank now, Simple. If you're looking for a good bank that doesn't let you use money that you don't have, like some banks will let you, go into debt. My bank doesn't let me spend a penny that I don't have backing it, and they don't charge me any extra money if that were to happen. So that's like one of the main reasons why I like Simple Bank. And they said publicly that they will not freeze my account if I use Bitcoin to, buy or sell Bitcoin through that bank account.
I've heard of that happening all over the place, actually.
Yeah, so if you're buying Bitcoin with Wells Fargo, maybe email them or go into the bank and be like, hey, am I breaking any terms and agreement by selling Bitcoin and cashing it into my Wells Fargo account.
Well, you know, I could actually answer that. I never did ask Wells Fargo about it, and I have a Wells Fargo account, unfortunately. But they so far have not given me problems. Maybe it's just because I've been using like small cash, just a couple hundred.
Wait till you get to where you're selling $10,000 worth of Ethereum, bro.
Exactly. That's going to create a real big problem, I know. And I've heard of people online having problems with much less money, you know, especially on Reddit. That's where I used to go for my information back before I knew this guy. And people would complain about it all the time. Their banks freezing their accounts.
Yeah.
And even some of the lesser known you know, exchanges would.
Yeah, talking about banks and exchanges freezing accounts, Bittrex still has my account frozen with $30 in it.
What?
And I'm verified. They have my identity. They just won't unfreeze my account.
That's nuts.
I sent them an email. They only replied once, and they said that it will be unfrozen within 24 hours, and that was over 4 days ago.
Ugh.
So I don't trust any exchange. I don't trust anything that doesn't let me export my private key. Coinbase, you know, if Coinbase disappears, they disappear with all your money that's in Coinbase. Like, it's all gone. And there's no way, there's no redundancy for you to, you know, back yourself up with Coinbase. They do not give you access to your private key.
Oh, man. What about, like, software wallets like Exodus or something like
Exodus, that? 100% will let you back up your private key separately. Each individual asset, actually. So if you're holding Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin on Exodus, you can go into the settings, developer options, and you can export your private key for individual assets.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. In fact, I only have like one Litecoin on Coinbase right now.
Oh, we're going to be changing that after this.
I have like, yeah, hell yeah. And I have like 7 or 8 on the software wallet. What do I have? Exodus. And I do trust that a lot more than GDAX and Coinbase. Because, you know, although I haven't had any problems with it, I've heard other people having problems, especially holding people's Bitcoin cash. You know what I mean?
On Exodus?
No, on Coinbase.
Oh, yes, Coinbase. Yeah. I'm gonna say Exodus actually has an export option. So if you have Bitcoin on Exodus, again, you can go into the settings and developer options again, and there is an export. So you can give them your Bitcoin Cash address, and they'll export what you were entitled to.
Oh, wow. I better tell my
But no, Coinbase didn't do that. Coinbase don't do shit, man.
Yeah, they just sent out an email saying that they weren't going to accept Coinbase until suddenly they were threatened by lawsuits and whatnot.
Yeah, I think Coinbase is starting to go to people's last resort for purchases, and it's going back to the, you know, local Bitcoins or something to that effect. People, you know, we got to protest sites and services like Coinbase because they're really not putting the money where it should be when it comes to, you know, developing a more user-friendly environment. And Coinbase has not even a phone number to call if you have an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because, you know, these guys are just popping up out of nowhere, taking people's money all the time, you know. There's even some coins like that, you know, like
that just disappeared.
Yeah, like what the hell was that? Ethereum Classic was doing that or something?
No, not Ethereum Classic. There was a useless Ethereum coin that was on the coin market cap, and that was basically a guy who just created a cryptocurrency that was literally a useless Ethereum token.
No, okay. What's the difference between, say, Ethereum and an Ethereum token like Golem? I've been hearing a lot about Ethereum tokens, but I don't really quite understand it.
So tokens are basically assets on the Ethereum chain that can be used to run smart contracts. So if you are building a platform that uses smart contract technology, you could build that platform on the Ethereum Solidity, you know, language. And, you know, using Ethereum's blockchain and their smart contracts, you can basically design your own asset and company. And, you know, a lot of these digital tokens like ERC20s, there are some that really have no use case, no anything being designed, nothing happening other than a great homepage. And then there's actually some like Swarm City has their Suite token, SWT. And, you know, they have drivers in the cities. And if you wanted to ride from here to there, you can actually pay a cryptocurrency, a decentralized cryptocurrency like type of Uber driver with your, you know, ERC20 tokens, the SWT Suite token.
Nice. All right.
So there's some tokens out there that are being used in the real world.
Okay, so it's like more of a currency style than store value.
Yeah, like Ethereum to me is like real estate, the foundation that all these other things are going to be built on top of. So why would I invest in one company being built on top of a foundation when I can invest on the foundation that has 10,000 things being built on it? So I don't really worry too much about tokens and shit like that unless I think they're going to get me more Ethereum or more Bitcoin. And some I have my value in. You know, some tokens I hold just because I want the project to have some of my money in it, so I could be like, I tried to help it succeed. Or when it does succeed, I can be like, look, man, I was holding you from like day one. I was there. I was the early adopter. I contributed when you needed it. You know, so a lot of things I invest in are to make me rich. A lot of them are just because, like, man, I wish I lived in a world where, like, you know, Golem really works out, and you can rent my laptop's extra data or processing computing power, and I could plug in an iPhone, and if I'm not using my phone, I could be renting out its processor and earning Golem token while I'm doing it. Things like that.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
So when did you start tattooing? How long ago?
I've been tattooing for about a year and a half. I started out, you know, I had an apprenticeship out in Pennsauken, and it was cool for a while, but, you know, the boss fired the apprentices at the other shop, and so I was spreading my time between both, and the manager at the other shop wasn't really happy with that because I wasn't getting all my duties over there, so we kind of falling out, and I started tattooing on my own. I never actually did at the shop there, and luckily I found some other places to actually learn the trade instead of you know, doing it myself at my house. And luckily I found this place here where you know, I can progress much easily, much quicker.
But yeah, your lines look straight, man. Good shit.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of line work lately. I've been doing some scripts for sure. And,
like with that kind of needle, man?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I could not tattoo. I think everybody thinks like you need hands like a surgeon to fix a cell phone. That is not the case. If I needed surgery hands, I would never have a phone to fix ever. But I could never tattoo, man. I couldn't do it. I don't have the hands for it.
It's you know, a lot of practice. You know, you're gonna do a lot of bad tattoos at first, even if you do start out at a shop. You know, you know, maybe you don't. So some people just like start right off the bat doing good tattoos, and you know, I've done some rough tattoos in the beginning, but now, you know, I'm proud of most of my tattoos now, or if not all of them, actually. Especially since I've been getting here, I've just been progressing a lot, and I don't know, I'm excited about it. You know, as soon as the shop, we just opened actually a couple weeks ago, and as soon as it gets going, you know, I'll be able to quit my other full-time job and work here full-time, because I'm here after work another 40 hours. No, so it's kind of like
yeah, we are here pretty late, man. Thanks for stopping in the shop. I know these are even after shop hours right now.
Oh, it's all good, man. You know, we try and accommodate our customers, you know, our clients for sure, you know.
So is the business or you personally going to be accepting crypto, you know, for anybody that wants to come in and pay in crypto? Will you be like, sure, I'll take it?
Yeah, anybody who wants to come in, I'll accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. And you know, today I'm accepting Litecoin. And the other guys, they don't really, not yet, but I'm working on that, you know. And you know, we do have to. Sorry, but yeah, I'll be accepting cryptocurrency for sure. For anybody who wants to come in and have it, I have, you know, Coinbase, so I will accept any kind of crypto that you can get on there.
All right, that's cool. I hope Coinbase adds some more, because you know they're the on-rampers, man. They're where everybody gets their first, you know, taste of crypto usually, especially in like, you know, first world places like, you know, here in America. Like nobody buys their first cryptocurrency almost any other way. It's weird, but it is what it is. Yeah. Coinbase is becoming the iTunes of crypto.
For sure. I do have a Poloniex account, so you know, if I get around to really checking it out and looking, I'm sure I could accept others. But at this point, what I trust the most is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin.
Now, do you know, like, you know, some of the differences between them, or is it, you know, because I know you haven't been in it that long. I know what are some of the things that you still aren't like certain of? Maybe I could help clarify.
I know there's Litecoin has the Lightning Network, and Ethereum's got segregated witness or something like that, or maybe Litecoin has segregated witness. But I know that one technology kind of makes it run faster, or so I'm not exactly sure on.
So basically, let me try to clarify that then for you. So Bitcoin is more like a settlement layer. It's like it's like the gold standard. And then if you would have to compare something off of that, you would go with Ethereum's more like oil, where from oil you can create a lot of things. You can create gas, petroleum. You can have a lot of things moving with oil. So Ethereum's going to be making things move. It's going to be where, again, it's redundant, but like where smart contracts are going to be initiated. And then Litecoin is like the silver to gold. So imagine if you had, gold and silver standard, where you're usually, or where you're actually using physical gold. You wouldn't want to take that to, buy a tattoo. You would want to use your silver. It's easier to carry. It's easier to convert, break down into smaller denominations. So that's Litecoin. It's easier to send smaller amounts of money in Litecoin. But yeah, Litecoin did get segregated witness before Bitcoin, but Bitcoin does have it now too.
Okay.
Litecoin is pretty much just like Bitcoin. It's just a lighter version. Their block their block times are 4 times faster. So Litecoin is every 2.5 minutes to Bitcoin's every 10 minutes. And then there's 4 times more Litecoin that will be in existence than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin stops at 21 million. Litecoin stops at 84 million.
Okay, yeah. As far as the speed, I do remember when I was transferring my, between exchanges.
Oh God, Litecoin kills it.
Litecoin is way faster than Bitcoin.
Ethereum's pretty quick too.
It took a whole day for Bitcoin.
Yeah,
at least.
No, that's
Litecoin.
recent,
It was like super quick.
Yeah, I had to wait, I think, about 40 minutes earlier today for a Bitcoin transaction, and I only waited maybe 3 to 5 minutes for my Litecoin transaction. Yeah. I was like, geez, man, Litecoin is killing it. And it was cheap, so cheap. And that's the thing, man. It's cheap. I want it, Bitcoin is probably not going to ever be used for coffee, and not for any time soon. But we're going to be using Litecoin for coffee. It's just going to be a matter of time. And once we have atomic swaps, any business that wants to accept Bitcoin, I'll be able to send that business Litecoin, and they'll accept it as Bitcoin. They'll receive it as Bitcoin. My Litecoin will just get swapped in the blockchain on the way there, and it'll get there as Bitcoin. So I don't have to pay the whole big old Bitcoin fee when I send, cryptocurrency out.
Now, is that part of the scalability issue they're talking about?
Yes, that and malleability, double spending, and if you're really smart and have stupid amount of computing power and right when where to do what, you could, do a double spend, or you could, span the network, which is a thing that we're trying to work on, where, it's so disincentivized, people stop spamming the goddamn network. Because that seems to be what's happening recently, and people are spending a lot of money to do it.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Hey, guys, I'm getting a Litecoin tattoo, if you're just stepping into the show. I'm getting my first cryptocurrency tattoo that I'm going to pay for with cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah. So I guess I should retract my earlier statement and say that I'll be accepting Litecoin as payment in the future for,
yes,
any kinds of tattoos, or, up to a certain amount, because right now my manager is accepting cash. So I'll be, the artist will always split with the shop. So I kind of give him his portion in cash, and I keep the Litecoin for myself. And if I need it, I'll cash it out. But my plan right now, since I've been seeing how much it goes up, and like I said, when I bought in the Litecoin, it was only like $17 or $20, and it stuck around there for a little bit, and then it jumped up and it was sticking around 40 for a little bit, and I didn't think it was going to go any higher. And now here it is up at 60, and it's pushing 70, kind of, right?
Yes, it is. it's tapping on 70's door right now.
So this kind of seems like more of an investment for me, So I'll be accepting, kind of discounts too. Normally we'll charge $100 an hour for tattoos. I'll do $80 an hour for people who want to pay in Litecoin.
And see that, guys, when businesses do things like that and accept digital assets for payment at a discount, they're doing it to incentivize people to use them. So he's taking a 10% cut to, promote the industry some. So, dude, thank you so much on that. And that's what we do at my business.
Absolutely.
When people come in and want to pay for their repairs, if you broke your phone and want to fix it with Bitcoin, we give you 10% off, because that's what we would like to use. We'd like to use crypto. We want to use Bitcoin, Litecoin, you know, any digital
Absolutely.
asset.
You know, I'm
just
gonna,
not US dollar, man. That shit is getting worthless every day.
right. I'm kind of, you know, kind of leery about, you know, the future with the USD. And even my mother's a very conservative person. She does not take risks at all. But I saw her for the first time the other day, for the first time in a couple months the other day, and she was asking me about Bitcoin. And I was trying to explain to her what it was, and she was saying, you know me, you know, I'm not really a risk taker, but, you know, I don't believe that the USD is going to fare very well in the future. And just like, you know, people in Austria back in the day, they were, you know, they ended up with no money. You know,
Venezuela right now.
You know, the joke was that somebody came up to a grocery store with a bucket of with a wheelbarrow of cash, and while they were inside, somebody came by, dumped out all the cash, and took the wheelbarrow because the cash isn't worth anything.
And the wheelbarrow was worth way more than all that cash.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
And we're headed that route, man, which is like, people are always like, oh yeah, and the world's going to come to an end, and Kim Jong-un's going to throw a nuke, blah, blah, blah. West Nile's going to kill everybody. But no, like, the economy's fucked. Fractional reserve banking fucked us.
Oh yeah, it was the worst thing we could have done.
The Federal Reserve is not a government entity. It's no more tied to the government. No, man, isn't it? Like, that's just a scam.
Oh yeah, it's the biggest heist in the history of the world.
Fucking fiat. Oh, they're fucked, because now we have a choice. We have a choice. I get to choose every week when I get my paycheck where I want to store my value and what asset, what currency I want to use to survive. And I use Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum to survive.
Oh yeah. So I've heard of Bitcoin ATMs popping up in Philly.
Yeah, there's a lot. Actually, I'm interviewing the owner and operator of Black Frog ATM, which is popping up all over in Philadelphia.
Oh, hell yeah.
We don't have any in New Jersey, basically because of the banks. I've spoken with Athena Bitcoin, which is another very popular Bitcoin ATM all across the country. But yeah, they're in Philadelphia too, Athena Bitcoin. I've spoken to them, and they said they contacted every bank, and nobody wants to work with Bitcoin ATMs in New Jersey.
Oh, man.
So if you guys are listening and you know some bank in New Jersey pretty well, you know, if your mom or dad or somebody's pretty high up in like Wells Fargo or PNC or something, or if you know a small bank that's like FDIC certified, could you please shout out to them and tell them we need a bank to back Bitcoin ATMs in New Jersey?
Because I think, you know, there are a lot of regional or even smaller banks, you know, like in a town. I think you know, it'd be a good thing for them to do, just to start out. And if they would end up doing real well, then who knows, the larger banks might follow suit, because, you know, the larger banks, they might, you know, it's very likely they will fall. Oh, sure.
Let me see if I can get you guys a view. Of course. There we go. All right. So as you were saying?
If the dollar falls, then the bank's going with them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, what Netflix did to Blockbuster, Bitcoin's going to do to the banks.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
And you know what's funny? A lot of people think piracy is getting bigger and bigger, but it's not. People are ending up paying for their stuff more than ever now because of how easy it is to pay for movies and content. It used to not be that easy to get one thing or one network. Like if you wanted just HBO, you had to pay for so much more. Now you can get HBO Go, and that's it. You have HBO. So, I mean, downloading illegally hasn't really been booming as much as, you know, using all these. So my point is, the more we get Bitcoin ATMs, the more we get things in places where you can use cryptocurrencies, the more mainstream it gets, the more people will use it, and that will bring value to all of these assets. Because they're deflationary in, you know, in code. They're written to be, you know, limited in quantity. Over time, the supply dwindles, and it becomes worth more and more.
And fiat currency can be inflated indefinitely, right?
Yeah, indefinitely. There's, you know, fiat dollar is, you know, pre-mined with no fucking cap. So that shit sounds like a scam to me.
Mm-hmm.
See how you're outlining that.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
And
And the reason is because you're going to fill it in already. So what you're doing right now is you're outlining a line that doesn't need to be outlined.
okay.
So what you could do instead of making it that perfect circle, right? Which is fine, but you're going to fill it in anyway. So instead of adding extra trauma, you just quickly line that, because when you fill it in, that's where you clean it up.
Okay.
By going over and adding that outer outline.
So
You're
okay.
taking an extra step you don't need to take. I would have almost bloodlined it, to be quite honest with you, for a quicker finish.
All right.
Smoother finish. You know what I mean?
All right.
Because when it heals, you'll be able to see that black line that you lined with.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Because it even if you fill it in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not too against that.
Okay.
I know what you're saying. You hear that, guys?
Right in.
Dropping some tattoo knowledge on us.
Kind of feel again.
Not even. No. Just kind of like get that line in for the sake of getting the line in.
Okay.
And then when you go back over with the 14 round shader.
This is the 14 round shader, actually.
Oh, okay. Then I would have just started filling it in instead of lining with the 14 round shader.
Okay, so don't worry about that. Just
Exactly.
keep going. All right.
So that's an extra step that you didn't have to do.
All right.
Something taken.
Sounds good.
There we go. Looks good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
So you've been hearing us talk for a little bit off film there. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Let people know who you are here at the shop.
Yeah, cool.
I don't think there's enough room for me to pop in.
There you go, right there. Look at that. You got a curtain and everything.
Hey guys.
It's my boss, Mike.
What's up, man? So, the owner of Royal Link, and over here, Sean, one of our artists. So that's why you saw me step in there, just because he's a great artist.
Still apprenticing, technically.
Yeah, still apprenticing. He is still one of our apprentices. So we're just, pushing him in the right direction. But he is definitely one of our better artists, which is awesome.
So you've been hearing us talk about crypto, man. What do you think about it?
You know what? I looked into it. I'm probably going to look into it more than likely. I'd like to see what's up with it because I do invest in stocks, and I've heard Bitcoin or Litecoin and those kind of currencies. I've heard them. I hear them. It's interesting. It definitely is interesting. And I'm already tossing money away for stocks. But you make nothing off stocks unless you have
a lot.
It's something to consider. I don't understand enough of it. I'd like to understand it a little bit more.
Do you know as much as you would like about stocks, though? As much well, a lot of people are comfortable putting money into stocks without knowing much about it because it's quote unquote institutionalized. It's
a little
safer.
Bit more comfortable in comparison to like mainstream terms. Because when you mention things about Bitcoin, it's almost like it's this backdoor thing. It's kind of like that underground bar that no one knows about. That it's kind of like word of mouth.
It's got the best beer around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't they always have the best beer and the best everything? It's where the good shit is.
That's my point. But my point is like you hear about it, you hear great things about it. It's just from not knowing anyone in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of like nothing about it. It's all
you don't want to get in and then the cops come kicking in the door on you.
That'd be crazy, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, the IRS is working on it. The Security Exchange Commission's working on it. They're trying, but I mean, it's a digital file that for the first time in existence, I can send over the internet and prove that you have the only original copy.
Right.
That's Bitcoin.
That's. I mean, it's cool.
The ability to send a digital thing and prove when it reaches the other end of a transaction that it's still the original thing, and can't be copied.
Right. And it's neat. It's neat. Don't get me wrong. It's neat. I wouldn't mind learning more about it.
Well, you're the owner of the shop. What do you think about accepting Bitcoin on the front door?
I mean, it's definitely something to consider.
It would save you. Now, I bet your point of sale system, your merchant system.
I don't have a merchant
system. Oh, so you cash only?
Yeah.
Cash only business is a Bitcoin business right there. You know why? Because you don't want to spend 7% on American Express.
Yeah.
That's why.
Usually why I do cash only or Venmo.
Yep, Venmo. Okay,
That's
you know,
what we
Facebook
have.
Messenger has a money transfer. It goes right to
Yeah.
your bank account.
Yeah, they don't take out fees.
Yep.
You know?
Well, you know why? Because you're not insured. So somebody could tell their credit card company cancel that, and you'll be hit with a chargeback,
exactly.
and they take your money back. So that's why cash is king.
Yeah.
But you know, how long have you been in business here?
So we bought the shop around 2 months ago. We probably opened up for a couple weeks. It's only been less than a month now.
Okay, awesome. Well, you haven't probably been open long enough to get counterfeited yet, have you?
No, definitely haven't.
But you know it's out there. It happens
it is
mostly
out
to
there.
tattoo shops and bars.
Right.
A lot of places like that.
Right.
So, you know, you got to be careful. Cash only, you could even get beat. But Bitcoin, Litecoin, when you get that, when you accept it and you get it, it's really there. And it's not a copy, it's not a counterfeit. And unlike the cash that you're accepting at the register, by the time you pay your bills, you know, your bills keep going up because the money becomes worth less.
Yeah.
If you would have started accepting Bitcoin or Litecoin instead of cash, the money that you're holding in the business's value will end up going up.
Right.
You would spend less to get more. Your supplies would cost you less.
That's true.
Yeah, check out and see if that vendor accepts Litecoin as cash or Litecoin as payment if you want. You know, just as like a curiosity kind of thing.
Yeah. I guess I could ask him. I mean, obviously that's something that I wouldn't dabble in quite yet until I have the firm understanding, because, you know, at the moment,
Sure.
like you said, money is king. You got the money for you.
Yeah.
That way. But so if I wouldn't use Bitcoin or Litecoin for the purposes of buying things per se.
Right, as a storage of value.
Yeah, that's probably so. I was originally going to look into.
But here's the thing. You know, let me explain this a second. When you say I'm going to use Bitcoin and Litecoin to store some money, and not use it to buy things, but just use it to store value, and you start seeing that $10 you put in there is now worth $13, you're going to be like, well, shit. Anything that cost me $10 now probably cost me like $3 or $7, you know, because your money's going farther. So like you end up making money off of putting your money into this money and using it as money.
Right.
I started doing the same thing, putting a little bit into Bitcoin, a little bit, and then watching it grow. And then I looked at my US dollar bank account, and I was like, shit, that still says $20. But the $20 I put into Bitcoin says $25.
Right.
So if I put money into Bitcoin and use it as money, it's money that goes farther. It's stronger money. I use less of it over time to get me more shit. And most people do start out that way, and you will probably too. Like, I'll put money in there to save it, but then you're going to see that the $100 you put in turns into $200, and then you're going to be like, well, now I can buy $200 worth of stuff.
And that's what I would rather see. So I would look into it almost like this. So probably what I'll probably end up doing is I'll look into it and throw a couple bucks in there, see what happens, and
I could help you set up a
payment
point of sale system where you can accept Bitcoin, but you actually only hold maybe 10% as Bitcoin, and the rest of it goes right to your shop's bank account instantly. You know, with Visa, it takes 3 days for Visa to let you get your money, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, with Bitcoin, with this point of sale system, you take 1% fee, so that's already way cheaper than Visa. 1% fee. And you can hold whatever percentage you want of Bitcoin through that transaction, 10%, 5%, and the rest of it immediately, dollar value, no risk of volatility, goes right to your bank account same day. So it's actually better than Visa to accept Bitcoin. Right. You don't actually have to hold any. You can just use it, and it just goes as cash right to your bank account.
I mean, it's interesting, man. It definitely is.
Than accepting Venmo, except you would accept Venmo, but the stock of Venmo.
Right.
And the more people that use Venmo, its stock goes up. So that stock that you accept it's you know, it's so weird to try and compare these things to just make it relatable. But that's as close as you can really get it.
Yeah. What would you recommend if someone were to get it? What would you recommend looking at as a provider?
Again, Coinbase is the easiest way to get in. It's the first place, but they're just so sucky. Like, it's not like they're bad, but if you have a problem, any technical support you need, it's going to take forever.
So if not them, then who?
Or LibertyX. Like, my business sells Bitcoin for cash. Mm-hmm. So we put cash up, LibertyX. They actually take some cash from our reserve, buy whatever amount of Bitcoin you wanted to buy with our money. They send it to you, and we get I think we're asking for like 3%. So it's going to cost you like maybe 5% altogether to buy Bitcoin with cash through a business like us. You don't, under $200 a day, you don't have to have any identity. You can be completely anonymous. So unlike your stocks where you have to give them everything about you, and if you do make any money, they want to cut. Well, if you go through the right steps, in a sense, it's your money. You're entitled to all of it. You don't have to share.
Well, that's pretty neat, man. That's really neat.
So, I mean, there's local Bitcoins, which is like a peer-to-peer community where it's just like you, me, and him. We're all selling our stuff, buying stuff, you know, with Bitcoin or selling cryptocurrency for money. I got Bitcoin. I need money for rent, blah, blah, blah. Or you could use local or Liberty X. That's like a imagine if you have like a mobile phone and you need to buy minutes like at Metro. You go into a business, you give them cash, they give you minutes. Same thing that we do with Bitcoin. You come in, you give me cash, we send you a digital file with Bitcoin. So there's ways to do it. I use Coinbase to this day. It's just I don't like how they're not great with customer support. And they're the on-ramp. They're where most new people, they're talking 1 million new users and 40,000 wallets a month and stuff. They're popular, man. And to be that popular and that shitty with customer support just makes the whole industry look bad.
Right. And then lag times get longer, right?
Yeah.
Transaction times get longer.
And then sometimes on Coinbase, if Ethereum goes up to like $5,000, they'll be like, oh, we can't sell right now. There's an issue. Like, fuck you, I want to sell. I want to make some money.
What happened with that micro crash with Ethereum after like right before it actually started trailing down real good? Remember for
there was a couple ICOs that were hacked and things that were stolen, and they just looked like to me they dumped on it. There was a thing, I think it was called Parity Wallet, and they were hacked for millions of dollars worth of Ethereum.
Oh,
I think even Swarm City, like I mentioned earlier, they were affected.
And so they all sold off.
So they sold off,
like buy orders or something like that.
Something like that. And then there was a glitch in somebody. I can't remember who exactly where it was with the Ethereum, but they did reset some of the trades. I can't remember exactly who it was. Anybody in the comments?
Yeah, how many people are watching? Oh, 38. Sweet.
Yo, thank you for tuning in. Again, guys, I'm at Royal Ink in New Jersey, and I'm here with the owner. I'm here with Sean, the artist. We're getting a Litecoin tattoo, and we're paying for it with Litecoin.
So, which would you rather? I don't want to.
I actually do it a third. I do it a third. I go 1/3 Bitcoin, 1/3 Ethereum, and 1/3 Litecoin with basically my entire paycheck. And then I have a debit card that I link to those assets, and whichever money is doing better that day, like having the best day in volatility, that's the money I use to buy my breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right. Oh, so with these. That's with
the volatility waves.
Tell me about the debit cards. How do they work?
So there's a couple different debit cards. There's Shift Payments that links right to your Coinbase account, and you can choose on their app whether you're going to use Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin at the swipe. Oh. So if Bitcoin's up and Litecoin's down, shift over to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's down and Litecoin's up, shift over to Litecoin. Ethereum's having the best day ever. You can spend some Ethereum. Yeah. So that's one way to do it, which is where I think personally is the best way to do it if you have to, because you're keeping your money in the volatile asset.
Yeah.
But there's other debit cards like BitPay. Now, BitPay is a Bitcoin wallet, and you can send Bitcoin there and sell it as cash, and it sits on your Visa, sort of like a gift card. It tops up. So you can sell Bitcoin, and there's no volatility. So if you sell $100 worth of Bitcoin, you have that $100 no matter what happens to Bitcoin's price. And then you can swipe it just like you would any Visa gift card at the gas station or whatever. So there's different ones. Right now across the world, you can get a debit card by this company called 10x. And what they do is they use altcoins, ERC20s, all these assets, and you can shuffle through all of them. So depending on what you're invested in or what you want to use as your money, you could use that card and shuffle through thousands or hundreds, so many different cryptocurrencies. But unfortunately, in America, they're not available yet.
I see.
And that debit card actually has like one of those Capital One type fucking features where if you use that debit card or you're holding their token, you actually get interest. So you get interest for holding their digital asset or using their platform. So every time you swipe, you get a couple tokens that they use. And then eventually you could cash out those tokens just like you would airplane miles.
Nice. All right. So like,
you know, companies all over the world are filing for patents on, you know, Bitcoin ATMs, on Bitcoin, you know, Visa cards, and how to refund. You know, there's a patent on how to issue a refund on a cryptocurrency Visa card. So there's companies out there spending big money and investing a lot of their research and development into, you know, this industry. I believe they probably have the same amount of people involved as they did when the internet first came out. You know, they were like, what's the internet? It's just email. That's all it was ever. That's it. It's just email.
That's all it's ever going to be, right?
And, you know, it wasn't Netflix yet. It wasn't streaming on, you know, YouTube yet. So Bitcoin isn't buy coffee yet. Bitcoin isn't, you know, every tattoo shop accepts it like they do cash yet. But when you start to see Bitcoin keep going, imagine if Bitcoin was on your radar a year ago and it was only $400 a Bitcoin. And now it's over 4,400 a Bitcoin. Right. Would you still be accepting dollars, or would you rather be accepting Bitcoin? You think you're late to the party, but the fact that Fox and CNN and Wall Street isn't all over it yet, you still have the opportunity to be the risk taker, the early adopter, the early investor. Really quick. Yep.
$4,000 is a lot for one Bitcoin.
You don't have to buy a whole one. Yeah, I heard. You can put $10 in a week, man. And if you own a business like this, I expect you have $10 a week that you could be like, you know what? Instead of cigarettes, instead of 2 Red Bull, $10 a week, I'll buy Bitcoin and never look at it. Never give it 1 minute of your time. Never give it any attention. Just throw $10 at it for 52 weeks, and you can afford that loss. Then look at it after that 52 weeks.
Right. See, that's not a bad deal.
Not at all. Bad deal.
I mean, that's what I was thinking about doing.
Yeah, people go into this and they want to throw their life savings at it, and they have that anxiety. Like, I don't want to throw all my money. Then don't. Right. The moment you feel that anxiety, that's too much money.
Yeah, I heard you don't have to buy a whole coin. You can buy a fraction of it.
Yes, you can buy 1% of a coin.
Whatever percent that you can afford.
Well, and that makes sense because of the transaction and the fee to buy it. So you wouldn't want to buy $1 worth of Bitcoin because the fee and the transaction
wouldn't make sense.
So about $10 is kind of the new minimum on Bitcoin, but you can do $1 in Litecoin. That ain't shit in fees.
Would you? Oh, and right, you said you do a third in each, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see. So
my money gets split up 3 ways every week. And as the money goes up, say Bitcoin goes down, other coins go up when Bitcoin goes down. So I choose Litecoin
to use that week.
Yep.
That's interesting. Super interesting. Now I've heard about it before. Sean's told me about it before, and I've heard about it in the past. About when it first started. I've heard a little bit about it, but it's something you hear about.
Hey guys, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button and show them with the likes that you want this shop to accept Bitcoin on the front door. Because I think, you know, that there's not going to be tons of people doing it.
Of course.
So you're not going to have 80% of your business's wealth in Bitcoin.
But not to mention for people who don't do cash and do Bitcoins and do new acquisitions.
Exactly. A lot of people that don't have bank accounts and only deal with cryptocurrencies.
Right.
Or cash only are going to be moving into cryptocurrencies because you can open a wallet, which is basically a bank account with no ID.
Right.
You can just download Jack's wallet, and from there, I can send you money. And from there, you're in charge of your money. You can even trade your money between other assets on the wallet, and you're in charge of your private keys. You know, once your money, you have a bank account for the business, right?
Right.
All right, well, that bank goes under. It took your money with it. You're not entitled to that money.
Right.
You know, the moment the bank turns its doors off at 5 o'clock, you're done. You have to ask for permission to use your money.
Right.
But if you're holding Bitcoin, you're always in charge of your money. Not 9 to 5, all day, every day, in charge of your money.
Right. It's a neat idea. It's definitely a neat idea.
You know how supplies keep going up, right? When you need to buy new ink, new materials, every month they're probably going up a little bit in cost.
Right.
Like this month, this thing went up. Next month, gloves went up. Next month, the iodine went up. Well, that's because your money every month is going down. And we're not seeing the number 20 on the $20 bill turn into the number 19. But that's what it's worth. It's worth $19. It's worth 17. It's worth 15. A $20 bill is worth half of what it's worth in 35 years. But the number never changes on the number of the bill. Right. It changes on the shelf of the material you're buying. With cryptocurrency, that might change. You're going to see the number on the shelf probably, moving around with the number of your wealth moving around. But that's just because the money system we're in doesn't make sense for the amount of technology we have. Like, we have some great technology. The fact that it takes forever to get a bank account to use money, it takes you 3 days to get your money if you use Visa, if you're a business, and you have to pay 3% to wait. I do not see a convenience there.
Right.
And the customer that used their Visa and made me wait 3 days can go home and call Visa and say, yo, Visa, that wasn't me. Give me my money back. And now me, the business, is out the money, and they get their money back and keep whatever they got.
Right.
But if you were to accept Bitcoin, there's no take back. It's yours. And there's no counterfeit money. And there's no, over the time I've been involved, long term, there's no loss of value.
Right.
It does go down. But as long as that's not your only means of money,
that's the time
to buy. Exactly, dude.
Liquidity.
Exactly. We create buying opportunities all the time in Bitcoin, and it's as it's getting better. Every time Bitcoin gets better, it goes down in price because that's an evolution period. And evolution's scary. It's dangerous. It's aggressive to evolve, but Bitcoin constantly keeps evolving. The most recent was getting SegWit.
Yeah.
And right now, we're going to evolve into Lightning Network. And before that, we have November. We have another hard fork, most likely, with the 2 megabyte block size.
Could you explain segregated witness?
Segregated witness is basically taking a chunk of the transaction that takes up space in the block size and sending it outside of that original transaction onto a side chain.
Okay.
And that way we can fit more transactions into the current block size. Thus, more transactions, same block size, more rewards per transaction for the miners. So everybody fucking wins. We get our transactions to go through faster. Miners get more transactions per block, so the fees from A to B for every transaction in the block, they get a cut. And then every couple minutes, they get some more. So that's segregated witness is to kind of make more room for transactions in each block that's validating the transaction.
What's mining?
Mining is the process of validating the transactions. So the miners, they're buying computers. They're paying their electric bill. And because they're putting that investment into the network, they're rewarded. Every time I send him Litecoin, it has to go through a Litecoin miner. What that miner does is make sure that that's real Litecoin, and then it came from my wallet, and then it says on the network on an open ledger that's public, this guy over here now owns that Litecoin that he used to own. He no longer owns it. And then you can, prove that that's his money.
I see. So it's somebody like with an open server or something like that.
Or more decentralized open server, because there's no one centralized place of attack.
Right.
So because
spread out.
Yeah, exactly. So Wells Fargo's Wells Fargo, man. You can attack them. They're one thing. But Bitcoin is every computer contributing to the mining operation. You're going to have more mining power than the biggest supercomputer on the planet. It ain't going to happen.
Right.
You would need a quantum computer to even scare Bitcoin right now.
That's crazy, man.
And because of things like IOTA, we're not even afraid of fucking quantum computing anymore.
What's IOTA?
IOTA is a Tangle network. It's above my pay grade, to be honest. But I honestly don't own any IOTA, and that's because it's not anywhere that I trust to buy it. And I don't like to hold assets on an exchange just for the sake of holding the asset. It doesn't make much sense. Not to me, at all. But if I can't have the private keys, I don't actually have the investment. The exchange has my investment. And if they were to disappear or for some reason leave the United States like Bitfinex did, I'll lose my money, man. So if I can't hold it on a wallet like Jax, Exodus, Coinbase, whatever, I don't want to have my money involved in that.
All right, what's the difference between having money on Coinbase and having money on Exodus?
All right, ready?
Exodus
Exactly.
Is like software on your computer.
Yeah, so Coinbase is a server-side wallet where their servers hold all your money. But Exodus is a client-side wallet, which their client, hold all your private keys. So if you called Exodus and said, hey, Exodus, I forgot my email and password, I'm locked out. Exodus is like, bro, you could pay me all the money in the world. I never had access to your money. But Coinbase has access to your Bitcoin, just like Wells Fargo has access to your tattoo shop's money. And if Coinbase and Wells Fargo disappear, both of you lose your money the same.
So that's why my computer downloaded the entire blockchain for.
Sort of, yes. Now, you don't have to download the entire blockchain anymore in a sense, but yes, it's sometimes you can get stuck with certain wallets that do want to do that. I do know the Neo wallet is taking up a lot of space on my phone doing shit like that. I don't know too many mainstream miners that store the blockchain on your computer anymore, like for Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum even.
I see. Well,
but yeah, so that's the difference. If you're getting an email and password, you have no fucking access to your money. But if you log in with your private key, you have access to all your money. So yeah, Coinbase, I don't like to have more than spending money there. So I'll keep $100 in each asset on Coinbase, and that's the money I shuffle throughout my week.
And you can't hook Exodus up to your bank account, right?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
But Exodus may one day have a integration with a debit card. Who knows? And then from there we can shuffle through. Yeah.
See,
Exodus does have high fees. I like to make people aware, but the platform serves a purpose, and if you're trying to use it for something else, then it may not be worth that fee. But if you're using it, for me, I use Exodus as an in-house exchange where when I want to exchange my money back and forth, I am always 100% in charge of my private keys.
Honestly, I can't wait to get my money out of Wells Fargo and be able to use cryptocurrency. Like for
I would check out a couple different debit cards and a couple different options. But I mean, for me, I don't have any money in the bank. As far as the bank's concerned, I have a spending problem and I'm broke.
Nice. Who's that? So okay.
Let me show them where we're at so far. Hey guys, so we're getting a Litecoin tattoo at Royal Ink in New Jersey, and the Litecoin tattoo I'm getting, I'm actually paying for with Litecoin. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit up Royal Ink. You guys have Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, all that yet? I know you said you just opened. All right, so we're on Instagram. Get up on there. We're on Facebook. Get on Facebook. Go ahead and tell them, hashtag Bitcoin on Royal Ink's Facebook page.
And I will be accepting Litecoin as form of payment from now on as well.
So if you want to get a cryptocurrency tattoo and you want to use cryptocurrencies, this is the shop to come to, especially in New Jersey.
Hell yeah. And it doesn't even have to be like a cryptocurrency tattoo.
Oh, yeah. It could be a butterfly tattoo on a skull if you want to be cliche.
That's right. It could be some tribal or
get a tribal tramp stamp.
Yeah. I like to do black and gray though, so some nice black and gray flowers.
It may work, it may not. What is it?
Let's see.
There we go.
Instagram.
Go ahead, guys, go check out the Instagram. I'll be on there. I'll be somewhere on there. Make sure you guys hit up the Instagram so you can comment on mine.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice, 85 viewers.
This is the first tattoo I'm ever gonna get using crypto. I can't say I had this opportunity before.
And same here. This is the first time I've ever accepted crypto to do a tattoo on somebody.
This is the first time I've ever watched two people exchange crypto.
There we go, man. When Litecoin hits $100 a coin, and your boy here got paid in Litecoin, and his whatever he charged me turns into 30% more than what he asked for, I think you'll see the perspective of a business holding of some.
No,
but a lot of 3 out of 4 businesses in Europe hold Bitcoin from $30,000 to about $250,000 worth of Bitcoin. 3 out of 4 businesses in Europe. Now, hear me out. That's mostly for ransomware and very, fearful reasons. But a lot of companies also hold it to pay employees.
Right.
So imagine if you're Disney and somebody got the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and said, we want $7 million worth of Bitcoin. Well, if Disney invested in Bitcoin years ago, that wouldn't be anything.
Right.
But now today they have to buy that much money worth of Bitcoin to pay the ransom.
Right.
Companies are buying Bitcoin now for ransom in the future, so it only cost them X in the past.
Right.
So they could be like, yeah, that $7 million ransom we paid in Bitcoin when we invested 10 years ago was really $200. We win, Mickey.
Yeah.
Now,
Fuck Mickey
I'm
Mouse.
probably gonna throw something in it.
More than likely.
More than
been
likely, I'll
convinced.
throw something in it.
Hell yeah.
I only tell people put what you can risk losing overnight in Bitcoin.
Right.
It's not a guarantee. This is the riskiest thing I've ever done with my money, and it's the riskiest thing I continue to do with my money is invest in crypto. And I'll explain. Bitcoin is up 700% for the year. That means it could come down to $2,000 and still be up like 300% for the year.
Right. That's cool. I mean, more than likely, yeah, I'll look into it tonight. But,
yeah, check out thebitcoinpodcast.com. We have a couple interviews with people on there. You could check out the Slack channel, which is like a AOL chat room. You know, if you need to relate something back to, you know, older days, the Slack channel is like an AOL chat. And we have other chat rooms within that chat room where you can ask for every kind of advice. And we try to make sure we monitor it to where you're getting solid advice and not like solicited, you know, manipulated, you know, ulterior motive advice that people are going to try to steer you into a direction for some other reason. So you can get some honest information on the bitcoinpodcast.com and in that Slack channel.
I'll be watching for now on. That's for sure.
Before you leave, I'll grab your information.
Well, I wanted to set you up. I'll set you up with a Jax wallet. I'll walk you through how to back it up, and I'll send you some Litecoin just to get your, you know, some interest in it. Because I do realize the only way people actually decide to really spend more than 5 minutes on Bitcoin is if they have more than $5 in Bitcoin. You know, otherwise you're going to go home and you're going to be like, well, you know what? Rick and Morty's on. It's the new episode. Fuck Bitcoin. And you're never going to get around to it. But you put $5 into something, you're going to spend 5 minutes in. That's all it's going to take. So I'll be like your, you know, local crypto dealer and give you the first one free. The first one's free.
Coming back for more.
Yeah, man. Call me if you want some more. Just not 2 in the morning. I charge double.
Nice. So who's your grass guy?
My crypto guy. I tap my line over at Coinbase more than anything. Honestly, it's
okay.
I know they're keeping track of my money, and I don't mind that because the IRS can do whatever the fuck the IRS wants. You know what? Lock me up. Go ahead. Lock me up. You know what that's gonna do? Make it so I don't spend any fucking money.
Yeah.
I'll get out. You can't keep me locked up forever. I didn't even spend any Bitcoin, so like I don't have to claim anything. But I do know the IRS and Coinbase are holding hands, skipping through the fucking daisies.
Yeah, how is that even?
It's just that you have to play ball, man.
IRS, like,
if you want to be,
yeah.
well, they're a California-based company, man. So they're American-based, American-run company. They got to play ball if they want to make money. And they're a business. They're here to make money, dude. They're not a fucking charity.
That's true.
They're not wearing a goddamn cape. They're here to
true.
make bank. And if they have to give the IRS all the information the IRS wants to play ball and stay in business, that's what they'll do. Now, for me, go ahead. The IRS can know as much as they want. They can't steal my money. They can't go to my Ledger wallet and call Ledger. Yeah, they can't. Well, they can't just say, hey, Ledger, we want Ken's Bitcoin. He owes us money. You know, they can call the bank and the bank will give the IRS your money. They'll just give it away. There goes your money fucking gone because the IRS said you owe them. You didn't have to give anybody permission. They just took that shit. Well, the IRS can't just take my Bitcoin. They're going to have to ask me for permission very, very nicely. And I'm probably going to go tell them to go fuck themselves in a more rude manner. And I'm going to take all my wealth that's not tied to any one government, and I will exchange my wealth for goods and services for people who accept it as the currency I want to spend.
And more people all the time.
Yeah, by the time the
right
IRS gets their ass out of their fucking, or their head out of their ass and figure out their ass from their elbow, I'll be in the ocean on a yacht spending my Bitcoin as Bitcoin to buy things from people who accept Bitcoin for Bitcoin, or most likely Litecoin.
That's right.
You know, that's what I like about Litecoin, man. It's cheap, it's fast, it's light. Litecoin.
Oh yeah.
This tattoo's so badass, bro.
Thanks, man. Hell yeah. I'm having a lot of fun, personally.
For like where it's at, honestly, and how like weird my wrist is, I'm honestly impressed about how circular that circle is. Because my wrist is like a weird shape in general. I broke my arm.
How are you feeling with it? Actually? Is it?
I do tell people this all the time. If somebody says a tattoo does not hurt, they are a fucking liar. So it does hurt, but I mean, it's not too deep. I don't feel like you're scratching at it and rub. I've got some tattoos where I know the artist was just digging into my skin and just ripping fucking flesh, bro. This is one of, you know, many tattoos I've gotten that were just pleasant.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, you know, pay attention to where my needle's at, and I don't write it down at the tip. You know, some people like to
That's a dig.
kind of gamble with their money. You know,
and their excuse is, oh, the ink's not going to fade because I went deeper. Like, fuck you. You know what it's going to do? It's going to rise up and scar, dickhead.
It's going to rise up and scar, and then you can't cover keloid scars.
Oh, but it's cool, bro, because it will be thick and the color won't fade. You know what I'm saying, man?
Be there for the rest of your life.
Yeah, bro. It looks 3D, bro, and that's what's in. It's 2015. 3D is in, man.
If you want a 3D, you'll get a brand, right?
Yeah, you know what, dude? I've been looking at what's that under flesh with the beads and shit?
Oh, just implants in
general, dude. I kind of want an implant.
Yeah.
I'm big in body modification. I had my neck pierced, my lips, nipples. I have a Prince Albert piercing. Okay. I love body art. I have tons of tattoos. None of them make any sense. They're all random. I got a couple tattoos.
That's all right. Me too.
Full disclosure, I've been locked up in jail before. And when I was in jail, I actually got like 3 tattoos that were plucked.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about pain? Yo, I was in jail, man. I could not let them know that hurt more than anything in my entire life. And I have a ring in the tip of my penis.
Oh.
And the tattoo plucking was so utterly painful, bro.
I've
just pluck with a staple. A staple.
Really?
Yeah, you did a stick and poke with a real 14-gauge needle or something.
I did, yeah. I did a stick and poke just like I am now.
I used a staple out of a National Geographic magazine. So if you ever go to jail and you have a National Geographic magazine, you can cut the spine, and there's actually 2 staples behind the glue that holds the National Geographic magazine together. I don't know if the prison industry knows about this, but that is why a lot of people in prison are ordering National Geographic magazines so they can do tattoos, or they sell the staple for soup.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, this is definitely one of the more pleasant tattoos I've gotten, and so far, it definitely doesn't look too deep, man. That looks perfect.
Thanks, man.
I do fade very easily, so I'll be back to get it touched up not too long. I might even think of something to throw in that Litecoin logo which has in filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like too much color and stuff, so like the silver and everything what we got now is probably the most filler I'll ever get, but if I can think of something that will fit in, like maybe like a Litecoin rooster chicken logo thingy.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So we have 73 live viewers.
Tricon, right?
What we're doing right now is getting a Litecoin tattoo live on YouTube, and it's going to be paid for. So this is his first time accepting crypto for tattoo.
It is.
And this is my first time paying for a tattoo in crypto.
And I'll be accepting Litecoin for now on as payment for tattoos. Normally we do $100 an hour, but here with I'll be doing $80 an hour if you pay with Litecoin.
So if you want to get a tattoo in New Jersey and you want to use cryptocurrencies and you want to fucking save money, Royal Ink, motherfuckers. I hope you're taking notes.
20 Whitehorse Pike, Summerdale, New Jersey.
New Jersey, Garden State Gangsters. Woo -woo.
That's right. Just a couple miles off of 295. Super easy to get to.
All right, I'm going to try to take some questions. See what I can do. It is a tattoo. I didn't want to be on my phone the whole damn time. All right, guys, so go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. That would be awesome. I have right now 72 live viewers with only 43 thumbs up and a whopping 6 thumbs down. Keep them coming. Hey, Holiday. What's going on, everybody? Ken Bosak, you had Charlie Lee in your chat. Dude, that is awesome. I'm so sorry, Charlie Lee, that I was not here to speak live. I hope I can get you on my show. That would be an awesome interview. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you were in Nashville. I paid $400 for a 2-hour tattoo. Oh, shit. You could have used Litecoin and saved some money.
That's right.
And some money on the hours. But, Sterling Sawyers, Charlie Lee was in your chat. Dude, that is so cool that Charlie Lee was in my chat room.
All right, who's Charlie Lee?
Charlie Lee is the creator of Litecoin, brother.
What?
Yes, he is the founding father. He is the Mount Rushmore of Litecoin, bro. He's the founding father of this crypto.
Hell yeah.
So, hey guys, everybody, in the description box right here, in the description box, I do have my donation links. I saw a couple people asking if they could send donations. You can send me Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, Dash, and Ripple. And all of those go to my hardware cold storage that I will not be spending till probably the year 2020 or 2021. So thank you for sending any donations. All the addresses are in the description box below. And I cannot fucking believe that I had Charlie Lee in my chat. He's still here. Oh, where's Charlie Lee? Where? I don't see the name. Hold on. Charlie Lee, where is your username? This is going so fast. I said hi to Charlie. Hi, Charlie Lee. Dude, Charlie Lee, thank you so much for tuning in, brother.
Thanks, man.
Let me know who you are in the chat. The chat was moving so fast, I haven't seen it.
Come on in for a Litecoin tattoo, Charlie.
Charlie Lee, brother, if you're going to get a Litecoin tattoo, I would love to get another Litecoin tattoo with you. Maybe your signature. You could sign my tattoo, and I could get your signature tattooed on my Litecoin tattoo. That would be hella cool. Oh, I see it. Charlie Lee is Charlie Lee. I'm on the moon. He said he's on the moon, bro.
Nice.
Charlie Lee to the moon. I'm so excited that I have Charlie Lee in my chat, bro. Like, I'm starting to sweat now. It's so awesome.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's humbling as fuck, man. Thank you, Charlie. Please message me on Twitter. I believe you used to follow me on Twitter, and I had some stupid thing that kept spamming Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, and we can get you an interview on my podcast if you're okay with it.
Where's he from?
From the moon. He's an astronaut.
Word.
So I would like to say, in full disclosure, this Litecoin tattoo was paid for by the community. I put an offer out on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter, and I said if my Litecoin address gets up to 5 Litecoin, I will get a Litecoin tattoo. So here I am getting a Litecoin tattoo by the community, for the community, and using the money of the community. I'm not sweating from the pain.
It's just a little hot in here, honestly.
See, thank you. Okay, so it hurts a little bit, but it's hot in here.
That's right. We got like 10 minutes left anyway.
The 21 Million Club said I should get a Hold Crew tattoo. All right. Well, apparently my body is for sale, and for a certain amount of money, I'm going to be getting a shit ton of crypto tattoos.
I'm down.
I'm going to get them all here.
I'd pound you, but I
Yeah,
got
gloves.
the gloves on.
Gloves. This is one of those scenarios where the glove gets you no love.
Nah, unfortunately.
Oh, man, Charlie Lee is in my chat. Dude, I'm so humbled. Again, thank you, and shout out to Charlie Lee. Everybody watching, shout out to Royal Inc. in New Jersey for letting me record my live video, letting me, do this live. And shout out to my boy here for letting me pay in Litecoin, man. Sean, you're the man.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks. You're the man. Thanks for coming in, man. This is the first experience for me.
Actually, somebody just said I'm becoming a prostitute for tattoos. I promise you, I would get the tattoo anyway. I would get it anyway. I'm pretty sure a prostitute is somebody who wouldn't do a job without payment, right?
It's true.
So if you wouldn't do a tattoo for free and you only do it for money, you're a prostitute for tattooing. So for me, I don't think so. I would gladly get a tattoo. I would have gladly have gotten this Litecoin tattoo. I would have paid for this, but I thought maybe the community would help me, and I asked, and they did. And I'd get tattoos regardless. I love getting tattoos. 90% of my tattoos have almost no meaning other than I think they're cool for 5 minutes, and I'm very impulsive, and I lack the emotion of regret when it comes to body modification. So I had the creator of Litecoin, the man who actually made the money, Litecoin, the cryptocurrency, in my YouTube chat. He's watching live, man. So, I mean, if you could accept Litecoin as payment, I'm sure, Satoshi Light, Charlie Lee, would let people know.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't see why not.
Exactly my fucking point, brother. I don't. You can't see why not.
I haven't heard any. I've heard, if anything.
If you accept, and you don't, which is funny, if you accept Visa, you might as well accept Bitcoin. And if you accept cash only, that means to me more of a reason that you should accept Bitcoin.
And like you said earlier, well, like I mentioned, there are individuals, from what I hear, who highly not invest or have that. It's another avenue of clientele to reach out to. And you know what? I mean, we accept bartering, for Pete's sakes, you know?
Exactly. I bet you if you broke your cell phone and I could fix your cell phone, you give me a tattoo for my labor of fixing your phone.
Exactly.
We still work on a bartering system. A lot of places do.
Yep.
It's the big corporations that suffocate that. And it's the small businesses like your small business and the small business I work at that fix phones where we have that option to barter. You know, if somebody walked in here and said, I really want to get this tattoo, it would symbolize something for my mom, but I don't have money. You could give that person a job sweeping the floor for a week, and they could earn that by bartering their time for the tattoo.
Right.
You have that ability. You have that power. But if this was a main company, a big corporation, you have to abide by, like, you know, legal problems, hoops and loops you got to jump through. What if somebody walked in and asked that guy if he works here, and he said yes, but he doesn't get claims on the books?
Right.
You'd be in trouble. Right. That's not a world we should live in, man. You should be able to have somebody walk in and earn what they need on the spot if you wanted to do that.
Right.
You don't even have that as option.
Right.
There's people out there that are hungry that would gladly clean dishes for a meal, but the restaurants aren't allowed to let them in the kitchen to clean to go get the meal.
Right.
And if they don't have any identification because their house burnt down, they can't get a bank account. Dude, I have such a big problem with the way money is used today. And the only reason we still use it is because we're forced to. But now we have an option. And this option is without any boundaries. You're not stopping this by building a wall.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. There's no real negative thing yet, or if there will be, you know. But again, it's another avenue. It's like almost if somebody were to pay you with stock, sort of.
Yes, exactly. Imagine if somebody walked in here and said, you know what I would like to do? I would like to buy a tattoo with a couple grams of gold.
Right.
Like, yo, okay, fine.
Right.
Gold's limited in supply. The longer I hold gold, the longer it should gain value.
Right.
Let's do it, because the $500 tattoo you just paid for, hopefully it went up 20% in a year or so. But we can't do that. You don't have that option. You're told by a government, and their military backs it. If you don't use this, you're going to jail.
Right.
You use any alternative, you go to jail. And the government does that all over the world, dude, not just here. Our government forces every government to buy US dollar before they buy oil.
Right.
And they don't like that. But that's why the US dollar is still somewhat surviving. But when countries like Russia, countries like China, well, they're going to start buying oil and Bitcoin. And there's no fucking way the American government's going to be able to stop that transaction of value.
Right.
They might be able to throw
occupying the country.
They're gonna, exactly. They're going to end up throwing their military around the exports, and that's it. But eventually, people are going to get sick and tired of being told what to fucking do with their money by the U.S. government. And because we have so many options, and it's so easy now to use and basically fight the machine and go against it.
Right.
Everyone's joining Team Crypto, and we're ditching Team Fiat. It's so barbaric that we have all this technology, and like for me, we're in a world where we have this technology, but the most common used media outlet is VHS.
Right.
Like, why are we still using VHS? Why are we still using the fiat dollar? It doesn't make any sense. Why does the bank take weeks to transfer money from one person to another? Why is Western Union still charging people 30%?
Right. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Almost done here. Just doing a little like touch-ups, cleanups here and there, tightening up in some areas.
I gotta get this right here. Thank you guys so much for watching live. So we have 57 live viewers, and we have 53 thumbs up. So we're almost at full capacity. Please, if you haven't, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you're wondering what the hell's happening and you haven't been here all day, we're getting a Litecoin tattoo at Royal Ink Shop in New Jersey, Royal Ink Tattoo Shop. And this Litecoin tattoo is actually going to be paid for with Litecoin. So his first time accepting Litecoin, my first time spending Litecoin for tattoo services. Yeah, boy. Yo, guys, wait till you see this Litecoin tattoo. So, do you guys have any other questions, man? I'm kind of an open book about this stuff. I'm not an expert by any means, but what I do know, I'm willing to share.
What do you think? How's it turn out? About call it done?
Oh God, this fucking curtain. Let's see here. Let's take good gander. You see these over in this area by my pinky? You see, yeah, you see how that's still open? You can still see skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a little bit down here.
True that.
And then your back one.
All right.
Gray is one of those things where you gotta move super slow.
All right.
So gray is a slow ink, guys. There goes your tip of the day. If you're using gray ink, go slow.
Yep, it's just not as compact as it should be. So
It's I guess a more liquid ink, right? I don't know how tattooing works at all, but I just wanted to try to use common sense.
You gave this a good shake when you started. It looks like it was separated pretty quickly.
I feel you.
Yeah, I can always come back and get the gray filled in, man. That would be cool as shit.
Yeah, we can do a touch up down the road if you need it.
Yeah, pack it into the best you can, and then without overworking it, and then if you need to, always come back for a second session. And you can always touch it up. It will take a couple minutes to touch it up. Otherwise, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks good. Like I said, that circle, because of my wrist the way it is, I'm surprised it's as circle as it is. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. For me, if I was a tattoo artist, I probably would have found like a red Solo cup and held it there, like a kid tracing a circle.
Yeah. That's right. That's kind of what I did, I put the transfer on there and traced it. It's the only way.
All right, so shout out to the 21 Million Club, P. Bolberg, Slick Steve, 02 Cash. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to Charlie Lee, who I cannot believe was in my chat. This is so damn awesome.
Happen to see Yakov Radomski in there?
I don't know, man. There's so many names, man. This is awesome that there's so many people in the chat. What's going on, Nick? Tannehill? What up?
All right.
Charlie Lee, bro, in the house.
Well, I'm fixing to call it done.
All right, let's wipe it down and let everybody see the fruits of your labor, brother.
Hell yeah.
This is my second crypto tattoo. I do already have another crypto tattoo lined up. And yes, it is going to be paid for by the community. All right, guys, check this out.
Hell yeah.
I got my Bitcoin tattoo, my first Bitcoin wallet ever. And then I got my Litecoin tattoo right there. Dude, that is so awesome. Gloves.
Yeah.
That's
how we do it.
All right, guys. So that was the live Litecoin tattoo. I hope you enjoyed some of the banner. I really hope you enjoyed the chat. Again, Sean, Mike, right? Hey,
That's
get over here. Say hi. Say bye. Tell everybody. Let them know about the shop, where the shop is, phone number, all the good stuff.
Hey, this is Royal Link at 20 South Whitehorse Pike in Somerdale, New Jersey. Hey, Mike, what's the phone number here?
856-258-5258.
It's all in the info box, guys.
There you go. Boom.
Go in the info box, the description box, and all the information you need to get yourself a tattoo.
On there.
Yes, thank you. It was starting to get there. Make sure you guys are using this shop if you're going to be getting a cryptocurrency tattoo or any tattoo, and you want to use cryptocurrency to transact. Royal Inc., New Jersey. All right, guys.
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram, do it up. I'll have all that in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow. It helps people see stuff like this. Subscribe. Flick the alert bell right next to subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I go live. And make sure you go on Facebook and Instagram and tell Royal Inc. accept Bitcoin. Hashtag accept Bitcoin. All right, guys. Thank you and have a day.
See ya.